Edmund, Hut is a total mess. I sold out a long time ago and just sold June 1st puts to make 493. I'll hold the position for another 3 months or buy back if cheaper. So, yeah, Hut is quiet. They are quiet, and I just scrolled through all of the people who are going to be either speaking or on panels at the Bitcoin convention, and at the moment, I did not see anybody from Hut. So I don't know if that is because they really can't talk during this period of time while they have this merger pending. So, you know, that might be the reason. I don't know, but I did notice, I think pretty much all the other large Bitcoin miners will be there on one panel or another or as a speaker. So, and maybe they'll join up in the last second. You know, it's still a month away, so we'll see. But it could be they're not allowed to talk, but I know they're very quiet, and I don't think people are feeling great about them, but their stock is doing okay. It didn't hold $2 today. It fell back below again. It was down 7%, but it was mostly a down day. Congratulations to everybody in Cleanspark. That is, let's go just quickly to the Cleanspark, because that was Cleanspark, as you guys, for those of you who've been here a long time, you know, Cleanspark's been lagging behind in 2023. All the other Bitcoin miners, virtually all the other, and we'll go to that chart, have had huge run-ups, and Cleanspark was lagging behind as of a week ago Friday, not this last Friday. They were only up 20% on the year. Most of the Bitcoin miners are up between 100% and 400%. So, if we look at Cleanspark, they did bottom out, and then in the last 6 days, so to the top, they were up 90%. They pulled back a little bit from their high today, but they're still up over 80% in the last 6 trading days. And some of those days, so even though this is a red candle, it's actually a green day. You can see that it gapped open to the upside. It just gapped open so high that it couldn't hold that, and it was down. So this, although this candle is red, this was a big jump on Friday. So this is 6 consecutive days of green days for Cleanspark, and 2 of those days, particularly I think this day here, all the other miners had a really bad day, and Cleanspark was just all alone in the red. So it's finally catching up. So this is one of those, we always talk about just being patient and waiting for it, and this is one of those instances where if you waited, you're getting your run. I don't think it's over. We'll see. We got to figure out what everybody thinks Bitcoin's going to do next, because obviously that will impact. Wayne said, "Do you think Cleanspark will carry on running?" So I do think so, Wayne, and I do think that is somewhat contingent. You know, if Bitcoin does go retest some lower numbers, you know, Cleanspark has been green on some red days. It's got a streak going right now. So, you know, that's not going to hold on forever. So if Bitcoin does do a serious pullback down below this 28.8 line, then, you know, maybe they can't hold on. But for now, it seems like the news cycle has caught up with Cleanspark. The shorts are getting out. And it's still nowhere near where I think it should be right now. So,
should I tell you what I'm going to say about Bitcoin? I even can't believe I'm going to say it.
yeah, absolutely.
I think next month we could be looking very healthy for Bitcoin.
How healthy are we going to look?
Thinking it might get to the mid 40s.
Nice.
But don't celebrate yet, guys. We're not out of the woods.
You think we're even not out of the woods after that?
Nope.
Duckman, Bitcoin's next stop is 40K.
Yeah, I would say it's like 42, 43.
That would be nice. And somebody earlier asked, sorry, I'll try and scroll back and find it, but they asked, are you taking profits or what's your profit strategy? So for me, and everybody has the key is you have to, the answer to that question is you need to have a profit-taking strategy. So, and it'll be different for everybody, and it's got to be whatever you're comfortable with. For me, what I do is I hold, I'm a buy and hold, so for the most part, I hold this stock, and I plan on holding it for years. But I do, I was buying calls for Bitfarms. And so now, as Bitfarms has run up a bunch, I'm starting to sell them, and hopefully, if it can take that next leg up, I will get rid of all of my Bitfarms calls just in time to make some money on that. And that's my version of profit taking. And then I'll probably start, if Bitfarms gets to $1.50, I may sell calls at that point. So it just depends on where things are at. But I try to utilize calls in the short term, or options, puts or calls, depending, in the short term to try to, take advantage of some of these swings that go on. But for the long term, I just keep dollar cost averaging into the things I have high conviction in. There are a few plays that I'm done dollar cost averaging into because my position is, in my opinion, full or past what I originally thought would have been full. And the three for me that really ended up being my biggest Bitcoin mining positions are Bitfarms, Riot, and CleanSpark. Not necessarily.
Because Todd, back then, I didn't think that it was going to 40. Here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought we were going to get another little pullback before we did this. But I still expect a big pullback this year.
So you think this run just keeps going, but
yep.
But it will.
We're going to have a little consolidation.
Colton said, too late to jump into CleanSpark. I mean, I think the run will continue for CleanSpark. Having said that, I mean, in the last 6 days, we just looked, it's up 80% in the last 6 days. So, it's worth considering. Do I want to wait a few days and see if there's a better entry point? Or if you're just, if that's one of your stocks and you just dollar cost average in, then you just buy when you buy. But
don't worry, they will dump it. They're going to dump. They're up 100% for the year now, CleanSpark.
And
see, that was my problem. They're going to dump the snot out of it. Watch.
Well, does it end at 100? Because they're up 100%, and they're still lagging behind almost all of their peers.
Marathon's up 219%. Bitfarms is up 177. Wow. Riot's up 270.
This is what I'm saying. The last 6 days has been a spectacular run for CleanSpark, but for me, in my opinion, and you guys know I've been kind of pounding the table on this one all year. It's long overdue.
Wolf is up 116. That's something to look at.
Wolf and they were lagging behind. CleanSpark and Wolf 6 weeks ago, those two were the worst two performing Bitcoin miners, and they've now both had a very nice run to the upside. Cypher this year is off the charts.
365%.
Cypher?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're on fire.